Hello guys, today we're going to study 3.3 Dividing Polynomials, Remainder and Factor Terms. Example 1, long division of polynomials. Divide x squared plus 10x plus 21 by x plus 3. Step 1, we're going to use divide. We're going to use x squared and then we're going to divide by right here, x. So we're going to use x squared divided by x. So this gives us x. We're going to write this x on the top. Step 2, we're going to multiply. So we're going to bring this down. We're going to have x multiply x plus 3. By the way, this is called a divisor. Okay? So we're going to multiply the divisor. It'll be x squared plus 3x. We're going to write this right here, x squared plus 3x. Step 3, we're going to subtract. So I'm going to write it right there. We're going to subtract right here. That will be 10x subtract 3x. This gives us 7x. Step 4, bring down the next term. So that will be here. We're going to have 21. So after step 4, so we're going to rest the time. We're just repeat step 1 to step 4. So we're going to divide again. We're going to use 7x divided by x right here again. Okay, so I'm going to write it down. 7x divided by x. So in this case, it'll give us 7. So we're going to put that 7 on the top right here. That will be plus 7. And then we're going to multiply the divisor x plus 3. 7 multiply x plus 3, that will be 7x plus 21. So I'm going to write it right below 7x plus 21. Then we're going to subtract. So that will be 0. Okay, so we're done. Let's go ahead and make sure we know this is 0, just our remainder. Our divisor is x plus 3. This part is called the quotient. And then this portion is called dividend. Then we're going to write down our answer. So x plus 7 is your final answer. So here we have the division algorithm. So you can pause the video or take a look. Okay, on this right side, I rewrote this whole thing. So we make sure you know where is the quotient, where is the divisor, okay, remainder, all the things right here. So let's take a look at the division algorithm. So if you look at this whole thing, the main part I want you to make sure to remember is this portion, because by using this, we can actually check our answers. For the previous question, so we said f of x is equal to d of x multiply q of x plus r of x. So this is dividend. So let's go ahead and look. That was x squared plus 10x plus 21. Okay? So d of x is a divisor. That was x plus 3. And then the quotient, that's what we found, that was x plus 7. And our remainder was 0. So the idea is we want to check if the left and right side are exactly the same. So if you look at this, we simplify a little bit. Again, this is optional for checking your answer. But if you are one of those students can finish your test early, I highly recommend you guys to actually check your answer. Okay, this whole thing actually give you x squared plus 7x plus 3x, that will be plus 10x, and then 3 multiplied 7, that is 21. And then you said you got it correct. Okay, that is how you check your answer. So here we have another long division. So let's try again. So in this case, we have 6x to the 4th power plus 5x cubed plus 3x minus 5. In this case, let's go ahead and write it down. We're going to have 6x to the 4th power plus 5x to the 3rd power. So if you look at here, we're actually missing x squared, right? Because we had x to the 3rd power, then we're going to have x. So we actually have to fill in the missing term as 0x squared plus 3x minus 5. My divisor is 3x squared minus 2x. So once we have this, let's go ahead and do the step divide, multiply, subtract, and then bring it down. Okay, this is step 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we'll just repeat. Okay, when we do divide, we're going to use 6x to the 4th power, and then we're going to divide 3x squared. This whole thing will give me 2x squared. Okay, so we're going to put this on the top. I don't really write right here because then it's easy for me to make a mistake. Okay, I write down 2x squared, so there all is x squared. Then we're going to multiply x squared, multiply the divisor, that was 3x squared, 3x squared minus 2x. So that will give me 6x to the fourth power minus 4x to the third power. So I'm going to write it down below. So that will be 6x to the fourth power minus 4x to the third power. Again, once you're used to it, you can just do this in your head. I'm just showing you step by step. Okay? And then we're going to do subtract. I'm going to use this. Alright, I'm going to write it this way. So subtract, we really have to be careful. Okay? 5x to the third power subtract negative 4x to the third power. Subtract negative, that just basically that will be 5 plus 4, right? That will be 9x to the third power. And then we're going to bring down the next term. That will be plus 0x to the second power. Then we're just going to repeat the process. We're going to repeat step 1. So in this case, we're going to have 9x to the third power divided by 3x squared. So that will be 3x. So we're going to put this on the top again. So that will be plus 3x. Okay, then multiply. Okay, that means 3x multiply the divisor. So that will be 9x to the third power minus 6x squared. So I'm going to write it down below. That will be 9x to the third power minus 6x squared. And then we'll subtract. So I'm going to write it down right here. Subtract. So we're going to have a 0 subtract negative 6. That will be positive 6x squared. Then we're just going to bring down the next term. And then we'll repeat over again. So we're going to divide. So now we're going to have a 6x squared. So divide by 3x squared. And then that will give you 2. Okay, we'll put this on the top. So again, we're repeating the process. Now we're going to multiply. So we'll bring this. That will be 2 multiply the divisor. And then distribution, that will be 6x to the second power minus 4x. So we're going to write this below. That will be 6x squared minus 4x. And then the next, that will be subtract. So that will be 3x subtract negative 4x. That will be 7x. Then we're going to bring it down this term all the way down. That will be minus 5. So that is my remainder. So we finish this. So once you finish it, you can double check this, right? So if you look at these columns, all we're dealing with is x squared. And then if you look at these columns, all is x. And then this column, all their constant numbers. I think some textbook, they don't do that way. But I really like it because for me it's easy to organize stuff. It helps me not make a mistake. Okay, let's go ahead check our answer. So I know f of x equal to d of x multiply q of x plus r of x. So that will be 6x to the fourth power plus 5x to the third power plus 0x squared and then plus 3x minus 5. So I'm going to check this. It's going to give me the divisor 3x squared minus 2x multiply the quotient plus 3x plus 2 and then plus the remainder. That will be 7x minus 5. Okay? If you can finish your test early, I highly recommend you guys actually do this. So basically that's how you check your answer. So let's go ahead and try this one. This is a homework question. I always have students struggle with this type of question. I'm going to do this a little bit quicker because so we have 10x to the fourth power plus 4x to the third power and then minus 3x squared. But remember, you have to fill in all the missing terms. That means we actually have to add 0x and then plus 0. Then I'm going to write down 2x squared. And then here again, that's plus 1. So we still have to add missing terms here as well. That's 0x and then plus 1. So that is our divisor. And then from here, so we're going to have a 10x to the fourth power divided by 2x squared. So I'm going to do it pretty quick. So that will be 5x squared. So this is going to go on the top. So here we have a square, so I'm going to write it down right there. So that will be 5x squared. Now I'm just going to multiply. That will be 5x squared multiply the 2x squared plus 0x plus 1. Distribution, okay, give me, I'm going to write it down right here. That will be 10x to the fourth power. Then there's going to be 0x to the third power. Then plus 5x squared. And then we'll do a subtract. So that will be 4 subtract 0. Okay, this is a 4 subtract 0. That will be 4x to the third power. Then we'll have negative 3 subtract 5. That will give you negative 8x to the square. Then we're going to bring down the next term. That will be plus 0x. So now we're going to repeat the process again. Now use a 4x to the third power. Divide by 2x squared. Okay, this is going to give me 2x. I'm going to put this on the top. That will be plus 2x. So then we're going to bring this 2x multiply 2x squared plus 0x plus 1. Okay, then distribution, we'll do this right below it. That will be 4x to the third power plus 0x and then plus 2x. I know it's a little bit more complicated, but you just need a little bit patience to practice. And then we're going to subtract again. So here we're going to have negative 8 subtract 0. So that is actually 0x squared. Then that will be negative 8x squared. And then 0 subtract 2. That will be minus 2x. And then we're going to bring this down. That will be plus 0. So we have to divide it again. Negative 8x squared divided by 2x squared. This will give you negative 4. I'm going to put that on the top. Negative 4 right here. And then we're going to use negative 4 multiply the divisor. So that will be 2x squared plus 0x plus 1. So I'm going to write it down. That will be negative 8x squared minus 0x and then minus 4. So then I'm going to subtract again. So there's going to be negative 2x minus negative 0x. It's just going to be negative 2x. And then we're going to have a 0 minus negative 4. That will just be plus 4. So then you are finally done. That is your remainder. Okay? Again, for this kind of questions, just remember you need a lot of patience. But the thing is, all you have to do is divide, multiply, subtract, and then bring it down. You just repeat over. Okay? So now we're going to learn dividing polynomials using synthetic division. Okay, we can use the synthetic division to divide polynomials if the divisor is of the form x minus c. This is very important because if it's not the form x minus c, you cannot use synthetic division. Okay, let's go ahead and try this. So we want to use x cubed plus 4x squared minus 5x plus 5 divided by x minus 3. So for synthetic division, okay, here's how we set it up. So this is where c goes. If you compare this, alright, x minus 3 will have x minus c. So that means our c is just going to be 3. And then we'll just fill in the coefficients, okay? This is just going to be 1, x to the third power. Then the next, that will be 4. Okay, and the next coefficient, that will be negative 5, and then the coefficient, that will be 5. Okay, that's where the numbers come from. Alright, then what we're going to do is we're going to bring this down. The first time down, that will be 1. Okay, then we're going to multiply them. So 3 multiplied 1, that will give you 3. And then we're going to add them. 4 plus 3 give you 7. Then we're going to do this over again. We multiply. 3 multiplied 7 give you 21. So we're going to add those. Now negative 5 plus 21 give you 16. So again over, that will be multiply. 3 multiplied 16 give you 48. 5 plus 48, that will be 50. 53, that is your remainder. 16 is your number. Okay, then we're going to have our x. Then we'll have these terms x squared. Okay, that means our answer is, I'm going to write down the answer now. The coefficients, that will be 1 x squared plus 7x plus 16. Okay? And then we also have to add our remainder. So our remainder is 53 over the divisor x minus 3. So remember, that's your remainder, and then this is called divisor. So earlier, I think in this question, I didn't write down the answer. Okay? So this question, if I go back to the homework question, then I have to write this as answer. So 5x to the second power plus 2x minus 4 plus our remainder, that's negative 2x plus 4 over 2x squared plus 1. So that is how you write down your answers. I apologize that I forgot to write it down early for the long division questions. Try another one. So first you must check this is the x minus c form. Okay? In this case, we have x plus 2. So I have to rewrite this as x minus negative 2 form, right? That way I know my c is negative 2. Be careful on this, okay? So I'm going to write this negative 2 right here. And then now I'm just going to write down the coefficients for each term. I'm going to have 5x cubed, my coefficient is 5. Then I look at where's my x squared. There's no x squared here. I have to fill in the 0 for the missing term. And then we're going to have 6. And then we have 8. So once we have this, we're going to bring this down. We're going to multiply. Then multiply those, that will be negative 10. Then we're going to add, this is going to give you negative 10. Then again multiply, that will be positive 20. Add, give you 26. Okay, multiply, that's negative 52. Then add, give you negative 44. And then I need to make sure I know this is actually my remainder. So I'm write down my answer, that will be 5x third power plus 6x plus 8 over x plus 2 is equal to, again, this is your remainder, then this is my number, then this is my x, then this is my x squared. Okay? So my answer is 5x squared minus 10x and then plus 26. And then the remainder, that will be plus negative 44 over the divisor is x plus 2. Alright, so that is my answer. You can use the same rule to check your answer. I'm going to do another video on the second part for this lesson. Thank you for watching the video. I'll see you guys next time.